are reviewing for today's resume review, I actually don't know. They said they wanted a quality assurance team lead in customer experience domain. I could not find that. And in addition, I had to look at this real quick to make sure I was in the right job description. I truly don't know. I don't know what you're looking for. Because this may be a language difference because you're outside the United States. So I don't actually know the job title you're looking for. So I cannot look up the previous qualifications and keywords. You did say you wanted to move into data science, and those I did put up. So these are data science keywords. Which are R, Python, SQL, Cloud, Machine Learning, Pandas, NumPy, Scikit-learn, Modeling, Hypothesis, Testing, Experimental Design, Visualization, Tools, Cassandra, Hadoop, Spark, Tableau, CI/CD, Complex Technical Concepts to non-technical stakeholders. So that is what I'd be looking for data science. I actually don't know what I'm going to be looking for this. So I think we're going to focus mostly on formatting because, as people can see, this is a formatting issue. So I'm the Headless Headhunter. I review resumes. If you like this content, please like, comment, and subscribe. And let's see if we can't help this person out. So I don't see anything I'd be looking for data science. Power BI actually is one of them. And dashboards is. But everything else I don't see. I don't see SQL. I don't see NumPy. I don't see Scikit or anything else. So let's focus on the formatting because I see nothing I need for data science besides dashboards and BI, which is good, but I need more. None of this works. Never do a 2-column resume. I don't think the entire time I've been recruiting I have ever seen a 2-column resume be better than a 1-column resume. So what I'd like you to do is go to my website and download this. This is the type that I want you to use. I want you to use this template. Now, with the disclosure that, again, I am not a recruiter, and I assume based on this language is India. I may be wrong. I don't know. I assume this is India. So I've never actually recruited in India, but even then, I still believe this would probably help you out with this formatting. So everything here is 10.5 Arial. The only things you bold are education certificate and work history and your first last name. And then this, you don't need citizenship status because you're in India, and I don't know how that works over there. So, but then you need to write bullet points better because 8 out of 100 chosen applicants for Hyperly project, why? I don't know what this is. You just told me why you were picked, This doesn't tell me anything. Using spreadsheets in Power BI. Again, what kind of spreadsheets? Was it Excel? Excel can be a keyword. Analyze chat email trends, providing actionable insight to leadership and cross-functional teams. Cross-functional leadership is good, but like, what kind of actionable insight? Like, you don't tell me enough. Your bullet points aren't terrible, I'll be honest, but no one's going to read this with the formatting. This is a nightmare. I'm pretty sure you're missing some of the keywords, but remember, how I want this to read is like this. I want it to be this way, all right? Then here, this one is the summary of your job duties. I do not know what you do. You need to tell me your job in very basic tenets. I want you to pretend you are giving a speech to a bunch of 8-year-olds, and you have to explain to them what your job is. That is how simple I want this explanation. Then everything else is what, keyword qualification, how you used it, and the result of using it. Such as used Excel to create documentation that was used by company stakeholders to make financial decisions for end-of-year reports. And then change the formatting to this because this is not helping you. Double column never works. Summary doesn't really work. And there's too many things here that I don't even know what to do. Like, it doesn't... Boring is best in resumes. So I wish I could tell you some other stuff. I can't. There's nothing here I couldn't find your actual job title because, again, it may be a difference in understanding of the language barrier, but formatting wise I can't help you, and this is terrible formatting wise. Fix the formatting alone and you will have some much better. So that's all I can really do on this one. Let's go to the next resume. This is a resume of a software engineer intern. So They have applied for over 200 openings and only gotten 2 automatic online assessments. That is not good. They say they are a green card holder, but their education is from Canada, and they're looking for internships. Also, I do want to apologize if anybody hears crunching in the background. That is my dog. He is he's chewing very loudly on a toy. So, let's see if we can't help them. So, the first thing is, this is too long. I do not need this long of education section. In addition, as per usual for interns, what we're going to be looking for is basic knowledge of the tech stack, so that I can tell at a glance what you are, ability to work well with others, and takes direction and criticism. So, this is too long. It really only needs to be one thing. The skill sections are largely... I'm not a fan of skill sections, right? I've said that multiple times, but especially not for interns, because a manager will look at this and think you're lying, even though the fact is you have gone over most of these in an internship, like in your college degree. So this, I'm not sure, is needed at all in this resume. But this is, just keep it to one line. I don't think you've done anything that really needs it to be 2 lines. So let's look at the projects. Man, people keep doing this over here. I don't like this either, but built an LLM-powered movie recommendation system with interactive Gradio dashboard achieving... Okay, cool. Don't care. Processed movies, NLP. Okay, 43 link chain. Cool. You have AI, but again, I'm not looking... Unless you're applying specifically for like an AI internship, that would be something that would be good. But this is, you said specifically software engineer internship. And it's nice to have like 1 or 2 of those, but I need to see the Python. I need to see the Python, not here, but here. Because all this shows me is that you used AI. And I don't care about that. Here, developed an object-oriented program principles using electronic, MVC, Java. Okay, cool. Here's the thing. This is why this isn't good. I have to go all the way down here to find the thing I'm looking for. I just want to see Java. I want to see Python. I want to see a library, or maybe, what's the other thing? Not a library, but there's another thing, and people are going to make fun of me for it. But yeah. So yeah, with C is solid. This isn't written like, okay, so this is why you're not having a lot of success. Actually, this is solid right here, but I don't see the basics, right? If you're looking for a software developer internship role and not an AI internship role, I really just want to see like used JavaScript, HTML, CSS on the front end to do X, while using Python on the back end to do Y. Worked with others, got feedback, that kind of thing. Because I don't see... I see here that you worked well with others. This is actually a very good sentence, but people may not really read that far down because they're going to get here and don't see that you have it. But I need to see here that you worked with others. I need to see here that you took direction. I need to see these things. Because remember, the things that actually matter, the only things that matter are these. If it's not here, and now people can actually see them because I changed up the thing, this is the only thing that matters. During the interview with the manager, you can tell them about the LLM and the NLP and the QTR and the 222s. They'd love that. But they don't really care about it that much on the resume. Like, it's okay to have a line of AI, LLM, NLPs. That's fine, but that's all it is. I don't see the basics, and that's why you're having trouble with this resume. Is there's not enough. Like, I need to see how you used Java. I need to see how you used here. Like, this is, let me pull this up as an example. So if it was Python, right, what I'd be looking for, and this is the Python stack right over here, is, assuming you were Python dev, I would be looking for Python, any type of SQL, Docker and Django, and maybe a cloud and RESTful API. And those would essentially, these right here, are kind of the only things I'd really be looking for. Again, AI is a bonus that's kind of hot right now, but I need less of that and more of these. So you can have a sentence or two with AI, but This is the stuff that's actually going to get you a job. And then I do need to see that you've worked well with others. I need to see that you take criticism, which, again, this is kind of it, but this is really more... This is good for working with others because you can work with kids. That's fine because kids are crazy. But you've only done it for 3 months, so I don't know. I need something that how you were told you were wrong and you fixed your code for it. Or I need to know that you met weekly with your other coworkers in the projects and students. So this resume would not pass, and I'm a little tired, so I hope that explanation made sense. But let's go to the next resume. We are looking at a resume of a finance intern. So they're looking for like financial banking, investment banking, that kind of stuff. What we're going to be looking for is both very simple, but also difficult. So we're going to be looking that you've used Excel, Google Suites, or Microsoft Office Suites. So PowerPoint, Word, Outlook, Google Sheets, Google Docs, that kind of stuff. Some companies want one, some companies want the other. It's really going to depend on which one you apply to. Then we're going to need to see that you have influenced and challenged stakeholders. So this specifically is you have a job where you have a lot of responsibility, but you do not have any power. So assuming I was the stakeholder, you have no actual power to say, Lee, don't do that. You can't because they can ignore you. So what you have to do is say how you convinced and influenced them using, and this goes to the second one, your words. So data, emails, PowerPoints, that kind of thing, or sound, which is essentially, talking on the phone with meetings, that kind of stuff. They also want to see that you've multitasked, which is managed multiple projects at the same time, and that you've worked with stuff in the finance industry. So anything with finance. So let's look to see if you have that. Formatting is okay. I think there's too much bolding, but not a huge deal. You do need, if you do put this right here, you do need to show when you graduated, which I assume you do. So co-founder and lead, co-founded a finance community, leading strategic planning and marketing initiatives, and increased audience engagement. So what were those marketing initiatives? I need to know more. Created visual assets with Photoshop and managed social media with Microsoft Planner. So this is okay. I need a little more, right? I need to know, what did you use those visual assets for? Did you convince people? That kind of thing. Because I need to see, this is a tough one because this is a separate type of internship than a CS intern, because for a finance intern, you have to show that you've done this stuff before. You've convinced people. And I think you're missing a little bit on this one, which is, I know the how and I know the why. Actually, no, I know the why and I know the how, but I don't know why you did this, right? Like, why did you create these assets? I need to know. And it could just be to convince people or whatever. And again, what was this? I'm missing a little bit. What was it that you did? I need to know what you did here. Like, what? I get that you co-founded a community, which is good, but what did you use that community for? That's what I need to know. Here, led a 5-team member to create a PowerPoint analysis of blockchain's impact on business, transparency, and security. Perfect. Streamlined using Google Workspace, 100% on-time delivery. That's okay. Earned top class grade for professionalism. Again, well, this is a project, so I think that's okay. But I feel like I'm missing of how you convinced people, right? So I do see you're using a lot of this, right? And I do see a lot of finance stuff, but I'm missing the multitask. And I'm also missing specifically how you convinced people. I'm seeing the tools you used, which is good. Attended a 20 using economic, Word, led direction of a model paper analysis. So yeah, I need to know specifically how you convinced people. I am missing that you did this part. I see the top part here, and I think this is good. I see the financial stuff here. This is good. But where is the ability to influence people? That is what I need to see. And I think that's kind of the only thing that's really missing from this. Again, I'm not, the formatting is a little too much, but let's see if there's anything else. Partnerships, evaluated framework, delivering reports. Yeah, so this could be considered multitasking. I just need to know how you convince people. I think that's kind of it, because that is your job. And as a recruiter, internal recruiters have to do the same thing. Is we manage the open positions, but we don't get a say on anything that happens with them, right? The manager makes the final decision, and we have to say, look, based on my years of recruiting experience, do X, do Y. This will lead you to the greatest chance of success. But they can still ignore that and say, I don't care, I don't trust you, I'm going to go my own way, I'm going to go a maverick. And then you have to stop that, even though you have no actual power to besides convincing. So I'm missing the convincing and the multitask, which I think is the largest issue. And then maybe Excel. It might be here that I missed, but is there Excel? Okay, it looks like there is Excel. But yeah, formatting's a little off, and I'm missing the challenging and the stakeholders. This might pass, I'll be honest. I haven't done this type of internship recruiting before, but it is possible that this would pass. But I still think you could do more to add, to give yourself a better chance of passing, essentially. Because again, I have not done this space, and I know you are applying outside of the US, so but I think this would pass some of them, but not all of them. And I imagine even internships are very competitive in your area. So that'll be it for this resume. I think it could barely pass, but it is missing some stuff. So let's go on to the next resume. This is a resume of a director. Problem is, I don't know what kind immediately. I know they say data analytics, but that could still be a lot because it's industry specific. So what they said specifically is they want to explore more opportunities as a senior director and VP in their domain. They have a success ratio of 75 applications to 1, which is okay. It's not great, but it's not the worst. I mean, it's not good. I think it's like a C-, right? Again. So this is going to be tough to review. I will do my best shot. The keywords and qualifications are here. Most of these are going to be qualifications and not keywords. So what we need to know is what you managed. And what I mean by this is I need to know the volume of the projects, how many projects you manage, what was their team size, what was their budget. I need to know the boring details of it, essentially. What did they do, that kind of thing. Then I need to see that you've led and driven and executed projects. So how of those details, which you can get in a different bullet point, how did you succeed? What did you do to succeed? Were you under budget? Were you on time? That kind of thing. This is going to be industry specific stuff. I don't know exactly what type of industry. It looks health and financial, so maybe financial, but they're going to be looking for specific industry things, so just make sure you have those, along with the words cross-functionally. They love that. Then I need to see that you have communicated and convinced professionals, professional contacts, vendors, and stakeholders. I need to see that you have went to a meeting where I presented documentation using X, Y, and Z, which allowed the stakeholder to approve the budget or something. And then basically this is the multitask for the director level. So I will say, because this is a very high level project, a very high level manager position, there is another format that I have that may be beneficial, which is not this format. It's not terrible, but it's a completely separate format, which is really tough to teach, and it really only makes more sense for people very high up like this. So let's see if we can find ways to improve this. Data analytics executive with 15 years in digital transformation, data strategy for coverage. Okay, I don't know if that's needed because it doesn't really give me anything I need. Delivered a 15 million data analytics roadmap. The largest provider streamlining it results in a savings of 22 million. I think that's solid, actually. Yeah, I think that one's good. Improve the gross margin of healthcare through multiple data implementations, registration, fraud, AL, spending. I don't know if this one's needed. Led to development of member registration actions. Again, these two will probably confuse people. I actually think this is a solid one, and I'm not a huge fan of summaries, but when you have this much experience, a summary can be beneficial for high-level managers. Again, this is specifically for high-level managers. So, delivered machine learning accuracy. Yeah, again. So here's my problem. This is kind of the only thing I'd be really looking for. I do like that AI is there, but I don't need it in every sentence. So out of this, and this is why the other format would work better, I only really like this. So let's go to the actual job description. Let's see. Also, for clarity's sake, these should be reversed. Your experience should be on the over on the right side. The state should be on the left side. And this does not need to be bolded. Delivered 3 large multi-year programs guiding moving through digital transformation and big data and analytics. That doesn't tell me enough. This is a prime opportunity to tell me how big those projects were, right? How many people, that kind of thing. I don't need to see multi-year. I need to see more. Orchestrated cross-functional analytics data lake project. Data lake? With a hybrid Azure of 50 structure and 100-month leaving project management best practice. Again, this doesn't tell me enough. Reduce the expense by 20%. This is okay. Improve gross margin through multiple data initiatives of registration campaigns, fraud detection. Again, I think that's okay, but these are sort of the same thing, so you can maybe combine them. Multi-year on-time delivery. There we go. For Medicaid and Medicare by migrating. Yeah, this is the. Okay, here's my problem with this. You don't tell me enough. You still have to do the why, which is the keyword qualification, the how you did it, and the what, which is the keyword qualification, how and why. And right now you're kind of missing the why, which is very, very, very critical for a high-level director. Is I need to know why you did this. I need to know why it's important. This one makes sense because it's like you already said why, which was to give the savings. But I don't really see I see what you managed, but I don't see the details of the team, right? And if you're going for a director level, you're not the one doing it yourself, typically. You're saying, hey, Bob, Bill, Jane, and Jessica, you are the 4 team members, do X, do Y, do Z, and then you manage them. So I'm not really seeing that. Really, I think your problem is this kind of reads more like I hate saying this, a developer position than a director level. Yeah, because I don't really see how you do that. Obviously, this doesn't. This is like one, and this one shows that it's an actual director, but the other ones kind of read like an IC. Again, like, what was the point of this? I don't think I saw a strategic roadmap. I need to see why you did this, right? You need to tell somebody who may not be knowledgeable in the industry. So, and let's see, led and managed enterprise data governance, led and charge committee office effectively. Yeah, but again, why did you do this? Provided your strategic direction with updating members on data privacy. Again, why? Collaborative sales to assemble teams, delivering 98% of projects on time and 100% within budget. This is fine. But I don't know if someone's going to scroll all the way down here to get to this sentence, which is good. This is a fine sentence. And they have to scroll all the way down for it. So yeah, you can, your formatting is off, and I really do think you should use the other formatting, which you can drop by and show, but primarily the bullet points are too, and you have a couple of good ones, but I don't really see the why you did this, right? Like, this makes sense because you've delivered the projects on time, but also, how many projects? Because it very much matters. Did you do 1 project on time? Did you do 12 on time? It matters. Built and directed a team, grew to 25, perfect, that devised ingenious solutions to complex problem-involved data visualization. Again, I'm missing the why. So, could this move forward? Yeah, but very rarely, which I think is why you're getting 1 in 75, is it's rare to move forward, but there is enough here to get you an interview. But if your competition is fierce and there's a lot of applicants, then it won't work. So I can pass this. It's a C-. Let's go to the next resume. And please join the channel. I can help you out to how to actually fix this and show you the other format. This is a resume. Of course it's a resume, Lee. This is a marketing associate, media buyer, or paid social, which is like the social media person. They have a phenomenal ratio, which is 1 to 25. actually what they said is they have 6 interviews coming up with all of those job titles. And they wanted to know specifically when you should stop applying. The answer to that is stop applying once you sit down on the job for your first day, because things can happen and you always want to make sure you keep having stuff. They also noticed they got more interviews in January than December, which makes sense. January is the biggest boom of jobs of the year. December is the least jobs of the year. So it makes more sense to have in Jan. So I'm expecting that you don't need to change anything here, because if you have 6 interviews and it's a 1-to-25 ratio, you're doing well. You don't need to change nothing. So what we're going to be looking for is social media platforms. So TikTok, LinkedIn, etc. Basic knowledge of analytical tools, so like Google Analytics, Canva, Adobe, Creative Suites, every time, that you're a team player and you can multitask. So, let's see, reported monthly, that's actually really good. A lot of them wanted like reports and stuff. Reported monthly digital media, perfect, digital media campaigns, and conducted market research, which is also one, for various clients and goals in the entertainment industry. Goals in the entertainment industry, I don't know if that, but regardless, this is phenomenal. I don't know if goals is the right word. Maybe various clients in the entertainment industry. This part doesn't make sense, but again, that's a nitpick and it's working, so don't change it. Actively participate in hands-on experience creating and maintaining campaigns on Snapchat, Meta, perfect. Assisted with native ads, CT buying, okay. Conducted keyword searches of high volume involving organic traffic. Okay. Supervised visibility community with creative support teams. Perfect. Design loyalty cards and implement a griddle marketing campaign which led to 100% increase in physical visits. Perfect. Yeah, I don't know if I need to go past here. So the only thing here is it looks like the grammar may be a little off, but I don't know if that's the case. But it is working, so that's good. Yeah. Oversaw and supervised 10K ads. Yeah, I don't have anything other than I think maybe the grammar is slightly off, but I'm not even sure if that's right. So, fantastic. I don't know what else to do for this one because it's kind of perfect. You show the social media platforms. You show, actually, I think Canva may be the only one. Yeah, Canva is pretty big, so if you can add in Canva, that'd be good. And Adobe. That's kind of it, is you need Canva and Adobe, but you nailed everything else. So yeah, Google Ads, yeah, that's fantastic. Maybe the education should be at the top, but again, you have success. I wouldn't change anything really, because 1-to-25 is don't touch it. It works well. So of course this passes. It's phenomenal. It's been passing. This is how you write bullet points. They're very good. So let's go to the next resume. This resume is of a site reliability engineer. Also, people in my chat said that's also kind of what a DevOps is, that the names have sort of lost a meaning and they've melded. But I did look up primarily site reliability engineering responsibilities, which what they are going to be is cloud, any type, although AWS was the most popular. Data storage, DevOps, they wanted some DevOps. IAC, Terraform, Ansible, CDK, VPC, subnets, firewall, VPNs, a primary language, which again, it doesn't really matter what this was. Some of them wanted Python, some of them wanted Java, some of them wanted C, one of them wanted Ruby, so whatever the primary language is, that's fine, and API. This person has applied to 1,000 jobs and their ratio is 150 to 1 or worse. They are on an OPT. So if you are on an OPT, to everybody that is tuning into this who's on a visa, your ratio is going to be worse than normal. That's just the case, unfortunately. And what you do need to do, if you are in an OPT, is you need to specifically state how they can work with you. Because a lot of recruiters, even if their company can work with an OPT, they may not know that they can. So you should actually have a very small summary which just says, on an OPT, which allows me to do X and Y. You need to tell us, because OPTs can mean a lot, like not a lot of recruiters will know that. So, or managers. But let's see if you actually, even regardless of that, have the keywords and qualifications. So, Led a cross-functional team. Cross-functional, again, I know I say a lot of cross-functional, but that's not necessarily usually for software engineer type positions. Deliver a full-stack project. Okay. This shouldn't be bolded. 2 weeks early, overseeing the SDLC, on-time, quality network, Linux, Unix. Okay. Manage computer technology, computer PowerShell, Green Whale, automated user, OTK, OKT? No. Kenji, Duo Security, AutoMix, Atlantean, Jira. Alright, so here's the thing. All the way here, I don't see anything I need for site reliability except for C# and Python. That's it. You have spent this entire time with all this stuff that I don't need. In addition, there's so many percentages, this means like nothing. So Atlassian, Jira, so let's see, maybe that's in the projects. API, this is fine. Database, SQL. Again, I don't think SQL was actually one for a site reliability engineer. Remember, like, just a software engineer does not necessarily have the same types of qualifications as a site reliability engineer. Unauthorized access, MVP, Agile, Next.js, Azure. Here we go. Yeah, you don't have any of this. So, I mean, maybe you should just do for like a full stack engineer, which you do seem to have the skills for that, or alternatively like a backend. But in this entire thing, I see two things that I want. I see a primary language here and here, which is C#. That's one. And I see API, but I don't see, and cloud. So three things. I don't see data storage. I don't see DevOps. I don't see IAC. I don't see Terraform. I don't see Ansible. I don't see CDK, VPC, subnets, firewalls, or VPNs. And you know what? Maybe it's here. Maybe I missed it. But you bolded everything, and you bolded everything I don't care about. So stop bolding everything. This, nothing in here. No, nothing in here. Okay, cool. Nothing in here should be bolded. Nothing in here should be bolded. And this is why you're having problems, is because you're applying to jobs where you do not show you have the right qualifications for. Maybe you are. But in addition, even if you have them here, I'm not going to see it because the bold, which is not what I'm looking for, is taking it away. So yeah, even regardless of the international student OPT thing, you're not going to get any interviews with this for a site reliability engineer. For a full stack engineer, maybe, actually. You have some of the right ones, although there's a lot of superfluous stuff that I don't care about. So, like this and PowerShell. It's not PowerShell in one or two, but really no. This or this or this or this or this or this. So yeah, there's not a lot here that I can use to move you forward. You need to remake this resume. The bullet points are almost all bad. And I don't want to end it on a bad note, but unfortunately that's the case. Even without the OPT, which is already going to hurt your chances, this would not get an interview. Not for site reliability. Specifically not for site reliability. So maybe a transition to full stack, I don't know. But yeah. Anyway, if y'all like this kind of content, please like, comment, and subscribe. I very much appreciate it. And if you want, submit your resume below. It is in the description below this video. Please submit your resume. It is free. I will help you out and tear it down so that you can get jobs, because ideally I want you to get interviews. So that is it for this video, and I will see you in the next interview. I appreciate it. Bye, y'all.